Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Apologies, I was distracted for a second talking to Rafa about his amazing hogging of his own archer minions. But we're back in this game once again. Alt and Control are going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. The right side of the screen will be the one and only Got No Fans. Well, like we said earlier on, I think they may have earned a few fans today, Cret.
Yeah, I would buy a t-shirt. No, I wouldn't. I would ask them to send me a t-shirt.
Send you a
They
t-shirt.
would?
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. You think they would send me a t-shirt?
Where it says Got No Fans.
Yes.
You want a t-shirt on that says Got No Fans?
No, like their logo.
No, you just walked into that one. I did nothing. You just walked in and said you want Got No Fans on a t-shirt. And you went, yes.
Yo, I signed an autograph once, alright? It was pretty cool.
Did you then hand over that as payment for something in terms of on a check piece of paper? Was that what it was for?
Yes, it was a receipt. I actually sign autographs. Dude, this burger place I go to really likes me, and they're huge fans. I sign autographs every time I go there.
Because you buy burgers. That's generally it. But on the screen right now, you will see the teams underway. Alt under control, like I said, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side are Got No Fans. Got No Fans get Vulcan. They first pick it this time round. Sylvanas or Apollo locked in. By the looks of it here, they're hovering it. It looks like they're going to lock it in. Yes, they do. For Alt under control.
You think I could get just like an IRAFer t-shirt? Actually, I know you can get a Sayo t-shirt, I believe.
You can get
there's
a
still
Sayo
some of those. Yeah, so head over to his
t-shirt.
Twitch page and you can get a Sayo t-shirt courtesy of Teespring with his logo featuring his mustache. So bands are reversed, but they are there. Just a little bit of wonkiness happening. And Vulcan, Rom, and Odin hovered on for Got No Fans, which is definitely an interesting draft.
I don't know about the Odin pick so early on. That's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Before you give it all away. I mean,
He's very good against Sylvanas.
Yeah, we said this all the time. He's very good against Sylvanas, but he's going to be Bacchus actually. But this is, on the right-hand side of your screen, guys, this has Got No Fans, and they ran Kumbhakana solo last game, I'm just saying. So is this Bacchus solo? Is this Bacchus solo, Cret?
Yes. Probably.
Good response.
I think it would be Bacchus solo. I would not be surprised.
It sounds viable. We've Got No Fans. They are slowly becoming, for me, I expect to see them become the fat chunks of EU.
Just doing stuff.
Just doing stuff, making it work with the odd shenanigans and stuff.
To be fair, that's sort of whatever team Emilito's on.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Someone in chat just said, "Why is Hindu so mean to Cret today?" I'm not mean to Cret. I'm just
No,
honest.
we're besties.
It's not BM if it's true,
We could
guys.
do a
Remember
fusion
that.
dance, and we'd
Not
be
BM if it's
like
true.
Hindu Cret.
A fusion dance, please. No.
Yeah, fusion ha. Where the earrings or whatever.
We're waiting
Be good.
patiently for the picks and bans to come in because they're very, very slow at the moment. As you can see, Thor now banned away, as is Bastet. So some jungle focus. I like the respect ban of Thor away from adapting. Very, very wise to do that.
I like the Bastet ban, which is something that the Alt Under Control jungler has been playing all day. And so it's just removing that from his god pool forces him to something like Arachne, which was great for Got No Fans because that Arachne didn't work. It didn't.
Well,
at all.
on the left-hand side, their pick is actually Ale Kwang, but we don't have a picture of Ale Kwang because of reasons. Also known as he's not very photogenic. So Ale Kwang has been picked up as their next pick. That's going to be their jungle more than likely. I can't see that one going into solo too effectively, unless it's against Backless. We'll have to see. But then it's back over to Got No Fans, and what are they going to pick up for the jungle and potentially solo?
They're going to pick up Fenrir for the jungle and potentially Chalk solo. Chalk solo is like... Chalk is the most standard solo laner.
I think that's Chuck support.
And Bacchus. Chalk support does have massive clear. Like that, they will full clear at level 2.
And that'll deal with Sylvanas' clear.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the reasons Sylvanas is so strong at the moment, is because of his push power.
Could go either way. Could totally go either way.
Oh, right. So it's Ale Kwong, which is the blank space that you can see there. However, if Afro gets locked in, that really could be a Bacchus solo. They could switch it even if they weren't going to do it now. Because Bacchus solo with the healing reduction, even against Jean-Qui, is good. With the healing reduction, will be effective.
It's only 25%.
Reduces 25% of the exorcism heal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's so unreliable. It can definitely help against Jean-Qui, but are you really putting in enough harass anyway? Like,
Okay,
you're already having trouble clearing.
We got 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds at the moment. Optics is on Bacchus. 9.
I will not
7,
be surprised.
6, 5, 4, 1. Oh, they changed. I'm sad.
Last second.
Yeah, his Chuck is going to be solo and Bacchus is going to be in the support role. They are your teams, guys. They are what's going to be taking us into this game too. Got No Fans have one game advantage right now in a best of 3 scenario up against Control, who defeated Akila earlier. We'll be back with the matchup as soon as they get themselves in and loaded. Welcome back, boys and girls, to Game 2 of our finals, of our finals in EU. And this week we're going to be seeing Got No Fans facing off against Alt Under Control. And now on the the bottom half of your map, the left-hand side of the spectator UI, you will see Got No Fans. Ratha will be playing Bacchus in the support role, adapting in the jungle as Fenrir. Sayo will be playing mid lane Vulcan. Emelito will be playing Rama. And into the dual lane, obviously, and Optics will be playing solo lane Chuck.
On the other side, it's Alt Under Control Robin on Sylvanas. Didn't have too much luck with it last game. Maybe he'll do better this time. Maxed with the killer Vulcan last game. Honestly, he played that Vulcan really well. It just sort of didn't really work out for him and his team. In the middle lane, Dark Dodo, your solo Zhang. In the jungle, it's Ao Kwong, the Dragon King, and your hunter Shaban.
So, Ao Kwong, we've not really seen too much of in competitive play. We know he's got a lot of burst damage. Correct, but the problem is getting in to do that burst damage is a problem. Do you think this lineup with 4 magical is going to allow him to do that with the amount of CC they bring in?
I don't think it's really about the CC on his team, more as it's about the CC on the other team. With the Storm Call from Optics, the 2 forms of CC from Fenrir, Sayo's Magma Bomb, Raffer's Belch and Intoxicate and Belly Flop, and Emelito doesn't really have anything. There's just so much CC on everyone but the Hunter that I think Got No Fans will be able to deal with this Ao Kwong. And the other problem is his ganks kind of weak because he doesn't have CC.
Sylvanas going for the super greed of Reno in Continentia starting mid camps, then going to hog the back Harpies, then going to turn up at the blue buff. So he's going to be level 2 nice and quick before he can do anything. Right side, though, is a big invade coming out and a lot of aggression. Once again, he doesn't know that the blue buff did go in favour of Control, and now they turn the damage back onto them with this Ao Kwong going work onto Adapt, and he's used to Brutalize. Still on level 1, the card has been applied. It slowed him down. Optics does a good job of body blocking and chopping people back in the face. They're going to live for now, but they need to be careful because they keep the pressure on. Left hand side, an invasion.
Yeah, another invade coming out. I Got No Fans. Well, they tried to get aggressive on the right side, didn't work out, but they'll get aggressive on the left side, and it will. Now Emelito is going to move forward up against a level 3 Sylvanas rooted on the first hit, and he's just going to head back into lane. Mid lane, though, Sayo and Vulcan, he's got control.
Yeah, he will have control for the most part in that lane. And I'm belly flopping from Rafa on the left, though. Trying to put the aggression on. They did steal away that red buff, so that's worked out nicely for them in that to keep themselves at an equal distance there. Ao Kwong now rotating, though, first out of their solo lane. Going to come mid lane. They need to be aware of this because Sao could go down.
Yeah, he has to be careful. There's so much damage out of that Ao Kwong. Down to just 200 health from, what, 700 full? Crazy. You just can't let him get near you. You have to have that CC, and unfortunately Sayo did just use his Mag Bomb. Now looking for a potential steal maybe is Pakuza adapting lower level, does have the Hog available, and should be able to get blue.
Yeah, well, they're going to stop the blue buff up, but we're going to see Ao Kwong and Jean coming in here to try and contest this one, and the damage should be big at least, but Chuck is the one doing the chop damage down onto Ao Kwong. Ao Kwong is getting low, so is Chuck, and the jump away Really nice play, using that water illusion to his advantage, takes the first blood. I don't think Dodo can do much here alone. He can find the autos, though he might, but Vulcan's coming. So it's Agony. Adapt's going to leap out. The bomb doesn't find its way by Sayo. The card does. Oh, he juked the card. One auto. Got to juke the last auto. He's going to use Brutalize to get away, and now Dodo gets caught out of position. But here comes Agony to try and save the day there. Good stun. Good damage. One auto attack will be enough to bring him down. And that's going to go in favor of Dodo as well. 2-1. Early game control.
Alternate control is taking that advantage on the right side of the map. Left side, they're not getting so lucky. Do have the lane push, and that's just sort of natural with the Sylvanas. And the invade's coming out. Ooh, Optics finding Dark Dodo. Return to lane real quick.
Optics lazy backed, and Zhang Dodo lazy backed, and Chuck just walked up and threw an axe. That's all that happened. He just threw an axe, and that was it.
Well,
Game over.
That's a good strategy to get some kills, honestly.
Catch people lazy back in. Mid-caps are spawning though, and you can already see Elkwang in position. Sylvanas on his way over, he's level 5 though, so Adapts has to watch himself a little bit. He's a little bit tired in terms of experience. They're going to try and go on him, forcing his leap away. Apollo is in the sky as well, as they were trying to go aggressive. They're just going to try and zone out Sayo then. Nice bit of damage with that backfire. Pull does not connect. Rafa still wants to contest though, they still want to fight.
Yeah, this shock is huge, though. Big Storm Call onto Pakuza. Level 4, the Dragon King has fallen, and now they're turning onto Robin. He is tanky, but he's not going to be taking enough. Adapting, finding the kill with the Unchained into the ultimate Ragnarok onto Agni, and he can't dash. 2 seconds, 1 second, not enough. And like that, 3 kills. 4
like that, 3 kills. Swings it round again. Right-hand Harpy's now going to get taken as well. Zhang does get a bit of free farm on this lane, but he's not the same as what Chuck just got out of that big engagement in middle lane for himself. Chuck now sat just under level 7. Meanwhile, Zhang level 5. So a whole level difference in experience. And when he returns to lane, he's going to be able to put that to use.
Yeah, Optics getting pretty far ahead on Shock, and with the aggressive build that he's going Death Soul into Warrior Tabi, you can really do a lot once you get so far ahead on this character. Likely going into a damage item after he finishes his boots, and could become a big mid-game terror. 2, 1, and 3. Really good slash line too. Solo laner with 100% kill participation.
So that's not bad. I mean, Optics is one that rotates a lot, and you can see he's not scared to leave this lane at all. It's one of the things that I picked out earlier on in the last game where he'll just leave lane. He's not scared of leaving and trying to make something happen on the map, and most of the time he makes it happen. Rafa left though, looking for the blue buff invade. Will he be able to find it is the question. Hogs a little bit too early, so do them both, but the blue buff does go in favour of control. Now Emilito turns up, got the slows applied to both, and it looks like Shabon could be in a lot of trouble there. Low on mana, but he should be able to get the moves up soon. There it is, but will the snaps connect? Oh my god, he found 2 in a row very quickly. And the third, Rafa has to bounce away. He's actually going to try and body block, trying to get out the Sylvanas, but the Wisps not going to do enough damage to Rafa. Now he's going to slowly die as Adaption's here to clean up the kill.
Yeah, Robin forced under tower. Adapting with the Ragnarok will be able to pull him out. Needs to play his rights. Pakuza's coming in and will destroy Emilito with the Dragon Call. Oh, that looks so cool.
It does look really cool. He's in the sky now. Will he dunk down onto somebody? He was trying to find backers. Doesn't find it. Apollo, though, might be able to find Adaptin, who's going to try and leap over the wall when he can. He doesn't have a leap up for another 2 seconds. Yeah, he's just waiting patiently.
Look at Pakuza. Good leap.
That was a good leap.
So, boom. Wow. What a hit.
Pakuza going to be able to bring him down using the Wild Storm to his advantage. So the Dragon Call to his advantage there. And now they're trying to push on Sayo in mid, but Sayo did a good job of zoning him away from this for the most part. At this stage of the game. I mean, 7-4, but golden experience at even crap.
Yeah, and that's just the farming power of your boys from Got No fans, really knowing how to get that experience and get that gold. Great invades as well. Max forced back as he was very low. Sayo's gonna blink in. He wants the kill, but he will die for it.
Well, he's going to die for it now, and the most embarrassing thing about it is he didn't even find the kill unless we see Agony get too close to the party. Will he do that backfire, though? He's escaping nicely using the meatball. Oh, wow, a stun back. That's balanced. That is going to be balanced next patch, that's for sure. Vulcan lives. I guess they just didn't expect him to do that, so they weren't prepared.
Yeah, I think they just expected him to die, and then he didn't,
That's a morale crusher. That's a morale crusher right there.
It is. That actually might turn around the game. The next 2 minutes are going to be crucial. Alt Control needs some kills. We'll see.
Mid Harpies on the right side looks like they're going to go over in favor of Got no fans once again. Like we said, the golden experience relatively even between these two teams, although a slight experience lead just developed for Got no friends now. Left hand side, Emilito going aggressive on this Apollo one more time, forcing him back away at the minion wave advantage. Speed buff is available for adapting to take, so keep an eye on that one for now.
Getting aggressive is Emilito. He's just been contesting his blue buff every time. Can he get it? Yeah, he can force Shaban off. But here comes Ao Kwang. Gotta be careful. Pakuza can't quite get in yet. I love how he saves his teleport for when he needs it and will just show up and muscle his way into that blue buff, killing it right quick. Agni has been roaming a lot, and Sayo has been getting further and further ahead, taking control of the accesses into lane, and now Mox, he's forced to stay under his tower.
Yeah, level 8 to the level 9 of Vulcan right now. Golden, oh, in mid lane though, big engagement onto Pakuza, who uses the water illusion to disengage. Does eat a meatball for his trouble and a backfire, but he will live. Oh, will that ultimate hit? Will that ultimate hit? No, it will not hit coming out from Sao. But that does mean that Agni's in trouble, and Agni's going to drop instead.
Yeah, he fell right quick using the dash. Agni is just honestly pretty weak against Fenrir, right? Because the moment you dash, you have, well, first of all, your dash is not, it's chaseable by the brutalize.
Yep.
And so once your stun is down, Fenrir just brutalizes you. You die, and Agni doesn't have instantaneous burst. He can drop a lot of damage over 4 seconds, but he's got that sort of 1 second global cooldown on pretty much all of his abilities, which means that you can't really out DPS Fenrir's brutalize, unlike a lot of other mages who, Fenrir might have more total damage than them, they can just blow him up first.
Well, Gold Fury now goes down to Got no friends as well, as you sorry, friends? Got no fans. They might not have any friends either, who knows. 2,300 experience lead for them, 1,500 gold lead right now. So they've got themselves in a nice position in this game. Can they continue to capitalize on it?
Yes. The real thing is they've got a little bit of gold, they got a little bit of experience, they've got that Gold Fury, and that's nice. They need one more real objective, a big kill, a good fight, some nice invades, and after that, that's when they start looking for towers.
Of course, trying to come in with the illusion, but Sayo had a ward exactly in that place, and Rafa, well aware of that, rotates mid as well. Mid Harpies on the left are due up soon. Meanwhile, Chuck and Jean continuing to farm away. Optics has lost his tower, but he's not going to be upset about that considering the position his team are in here.
Bacchus deep in the jungle. Rafa is going to have to just walk out of this one, and not too much Ao Kwang can do. Rushing directly into that
is in
demonic
trouble on the right side, has to use the ultimate to try and get out, but gets picked up by Ragnarok. And Optic goes onto a killing spree. Now that's going to give him some free tower pressure on the right hand side. Left hand Harpies did go in favour of Got no fans. I want to keep saying friends, that's why I keep pausing all the time. When Got no friends. It's because it's the story of my life.
Thinking about yourself, you know.
Yeah, that's what I said. Story of my life. Beat you to it. Nice try, son. You'll never get on my level, Cret. Shut up. Anyway.
Senpai,
you can see the
please.
Once again, Rafa is in dangerous territory. He's not too scared. Has the support of Vulcan nearby if he needs it, and Chak as well. It's 9-4. It's relatively going to be a farm off in lanes for the time being. Just looking for picks, both teams.
Last game it was Witchblade. This game is Devourer's Gauntlets, picking it up on both ADCs. So Emilito is following the meta this time for now. And also Fenrir. So Fenrir's Devourer's Gauntlets has the best lifesteal in the game because of his Seething Howl, which has not been leveled yet, but will probably be maxed next. And that means that in the mid game, once he gets a few of his stacks rolling, he can solo Gold Fury at any time, which is horrifying.
Again, Agony mid being aggressed on, has already used the Path of Flame, so needs to be careful with his positioning now. Emilito's quite happy to just a 2v1 this lane now against Sylvanas and Apollo. He's doing a good job of it, dealing with the situation at hand. And he's not scared to back up, but he needs to watch himself a little bit. But in doing so, he's allowed Sayo to come round to the side. Oh, that ultimate does connect, and Adaptive finishes him off with the Brutalizer. Now Siobhan's going to be careful with his position here. Baits them nicely to get the moves round, allows his team to come round too. Can Agni and this AO Quad make anything happen?
Oh, Fenrir, Sayo actually going to be in a fair bit of trouble jumping away from the Ao Kwang. Gotta stay away from the dragon. Jumping in, his Bacchus intoxicated, huge damage, and now they're taking on Shaban. I'm sorry, I thought Under Control had a few players there.
They did, but
right
they got
side.
drunk. And Optics is going to find a kill on the right hand side. He should be able to pick up the tower from that as well when the next minion wave does turn up.
Yeah, he's going to get that. Going into Jotun's after Pen Boots, which is it's an interesting choice because it means you're going to try and rely on your abilities a little bit more, which have really good damage, but the scaling leaves something to be desired. So it's gonna keep the power that Optics has right now and roll it for another 5 or so minutes. He just needs to keep the pressure onto Dark Dodo.
And that's exactly what he's doing. The tier 1 tower on the right has gone down now. Dodo under threat. There's 0-3-2. Great pull in on the left hand side though onto my Sylvanas. The double dot damage has done good work. He's got a minion wave as well, but he's taken a lot of poke back from Emilito. Emilito took so much from that. It was a great individual play from Sylvanas there. Can't find the kill for himself though. Maybe Apollo can make Emilito pay. Well, Kwang's on his way with the illusion, but I don't think he's going to get here in time to do anything, as left hand Harpies due to spawn again, adapting, and Sayo going to take him down quick.
They're going to take him, and they're going to run. Left Harpies are down. Ao Kwang arrives just too late to the party. Will come in behind, adapting and unleash some damage, but I think Sayo's going to be fine. Yeah, he's alright.
The illusion juke was nice coming out there from Pakuza, but doesn't manage to find anything else other than that for the time being.
He just used beads 3. I misclick, I guess. Hate when that happens.
Click indeed. Guys, we'll be right back in a moment. We're just going to go for a quick pause for a second. Apologies for the delay. We'll be right back in a moment. Back underway on your screens right now.
Yes, we are, and actually Tempest under tower from Optics, keeping the aggression up on the Mox this time. Dark Dodo finding a kill on the side on the right-hand side, adapting, taking some damage as well. Raffer's gonna belch, but it's not gonna do too much. He was just looking for Ao Kwang, who is recalling on the right-hand side of the right. Storm Call coming through, but huge meteors is adapting, has to run out. Ao Kwang has returned to base. The Thunderstrike not going to connect. Robin might die here, but it's a shock and a Bacchus. No, they're just going to run past him and go for Agni. Uses the Aegis. Belly Flop connects. Nice peel. Meteor. Optic actually in a lot of trouble. Finds the Thunderstrike. Will die for it.
Nice.
Kind of worth it. Ao Kwang actually is going to find Iraffer. Sword up in the air. Ride the dragon.
The big thing there, adapting makes so many plays in this team that you don't actually realize a lot of the time. He manages to stay into the very last moment and then just about manages to get out with the barest amount of HP. Every time.
Emilito needs to 1v2 on this Goldfree. He doesn't have mana, but he will force the reset. That's a victory. Sayo's on his way. Emilito getting beaten up by dragons. Can't win this battle. Too much damage on Ao Kwang, but adapting is here. Adapting is lurking. He's going to interrupt the recall. He's going to find Robin, and he's going to find the kill. Sayo tried to steal it, and not successful.
Not successful indeed. So, once again, the game goes backwards and forwards.
Almost caught Pakuza the same way. Almost. So close. Gets a red buff.
Well, the Gold Fury stands for now at least, Cret, for the most part. I mean, the gold lead at the moment, 3,000 in favor. Sorry, 3,000 in favor of Got No Fans. Gold Fury still standing, and he nearly catches that pick there. Would have been nice, but now he's going to go back to farming for the most part. Wait for the opportunity of this Gold Fury again, which is currently warded up by alternate control.
Sayo in a fair amount of trouble as Pakuza to show up, but he runs out of dragons. Earthshaker on himself. Dark Dodo getting low on health. Pops the dragon. Sayo will fall to Mox. Now engaging is adapting. Ragnarok gets body blocked out a little bit by Raffer. They're not quite going to find the Zhang just yet. Optics picking that one up with a swing of his axe, but now under tower taking a lot of damage. Belly flop back in. Pakuza very low, but Optics does fall. Rom up in the air. 1, 2 onto Mox. Third hit just barely missing Pakuza. So close.
And again, adapting gets out. And I can't believe he gets out in these situations. Every single time the barest amounts of HP. Optics did great damage in that fight as well. Did pay with his life though, unfortunately. But it wasn't the worst play in the world. Despite fight still going backwards and forwards, and they still keep that gold lead.
Yeah, Emilito fighting a 1v2, getting a little bit low. Sylvanas doing a great job of body blocking for Shaban. The real thing to note here, though, is Iraffer on his way in. And if the ADC gets baited in the jungle, he will die. Raffer has 5 stacks. Raffer is a stun. He's not going to hit it. Mez just enough mana for it, adapting us to back off as Ao Kwang actually finding the kill so quick. What a character.
What a character. I think that's the thing from Got No Fans now, Craig. They need to respect Ao Kwang. He does do a lot of burst damage. If he gets the opportunity to do it, he'll destroy you in seconds, and that's what he's doing.
Diving deep does not find Emilito. Earthshaker, belly flop, beautiful combo. Sayo gets the kill. That's exactly how it's done.
Nicely done once again by Got No Fans. This one's still going backwards and forwards, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to do as this game continues to rage on. Gold Fury is still a threat.
Sayo drops turret, a little bit low on health. Optics is here again. They're just fighting, but Apollo's up in the air on his way over. Agni forced out. Apollo dives in onto Vulcan and completely destroys him as Sylvanas is dying left-hand side of this fight. And actually, Chalk will dive the tower, getting the kill onto Agni with his Storm Call. Emilito low on health. Raffer needs a body block for him, but he can't because he's rooted for now. Emilito running. Belly flop is good. Will keep him alive. Raffer on his way in yet again. Emilito winning these trades. Jean from behind. Can he turn it around? Shaban able to get the kill and just barely survive. Wait a second. Here's Shock Thunder Strike. Blind hit, blind kill. Gets it. Zhang completely out of position. Hinderman, you know it. He's dead.
This game is absolutely crazy. Just going backwards. All they want to do is just skirmish and fight. Gold Fury's still alive, at least for the moment. But I mean, this is ridiculous. The blind axe was amazing, and he chased down the Zhang as well.
And Fenrir, he's so good at just sowing these Gold Furies, but Ao Kuang in the area has been spotted out. Brutalized coming in, but Ao Kuang can out DPS it. Great use of that. Oh, Blink coming in, adapting, goes in the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough as the Wildstorm gets the kill. Optics, alright, Optics with the Thunderstrike will get the kill. Gold Fury does not fall just yet. Ao Kuang is such a terror because he's getting in range.
Optics is playing like a man possessed. Have you seen it? He's got all the kills for his team now, rotating away from his solo lane, not just sitting there abusing the fact that he's Chuck and has a lot of damage potential.
I don't think he's been to solo lane in about 5 minutes at this point. He just kills people, dies, respawns, comes back, repeat. Also important to mention, Raffer going an ADC build on his Fenrir, which is honestly fairly common. It keeps you relevant in the late game just because you hit so hard and you box so good, but no one can box without Kwong. He has too much damage. Gold Fury has been pulled. Emilito's not going to go for it. Shock and Vulcan on the right-hand side getting red.
So, when you look at the builds right now, how do you feel about Raffer setting the Watcher's Gift ready for, you know, some more magical resistance? Like, he saw it quite early on. Still on the other side, though, Sylvanas has his.
I think he's just going to go for a Silver Talisman and sit with that, but dive coming out. Storm Call onto Mox as Agni's getting low, but not low enough to die. Vulcan trying to deal with Sylvanas. Optics leaving the tower, receives a shell from Raffer. The demons come out, but the Earthshaker is huge, connecting onto Dark Dodo. Optics will get executed, and Ao Kuang's up in the air. Probably going to go down onto Sayo. As Sayo actually combat blinks forward, will die to Dark Dodo, taking the kill out from underneath the dragon, and it's a 2-for-1 in favor of all under control. For now, diving in deeper, adapting in Raffer. Beads used, Raffer pulled under tier 2, and he's dead. 3-for-1.
Right now, the one difference that you can really feel between Got No Fans and Alt Under Control is Got No Fans' ability to get out with the barest amounts of HP time and time again. The fights are crazy, but they're living just with the barest amounts of health until they walk into Ao Kuang.
Emilito, on a stealth mission, just managed to sneak past an Apollo ultimate. I have no idea how that happened. He just played the line of sight, and I was coming in to contest the gold for. He's going to have to deal with Ao Kuang. No mana. He will die, but it might buy his team enough time to contest as adapting does show up. Will stun, looking for Dark Dodo, but he's CC'd out. Brutalized coming through, gets the kill, resets the Gold Fury. Maybe Chalk, Vulcan, and Bacchus can get there in time. What am I talking about? Ao Kuang is too much damage. That Gold Fury is going to die.
Ao Kuang does so much damage, and I still don't think Got No Fans are respecting them enough, and that could be a big issue for them. If this continues on, Ao Kuang is going to have to be annihilated the moment he appears.
That's really the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they should know that for standard, that they should be taking down Ao Kuang every fight, and that's one of the biggest damage dealers they have on their side, and a frontline god as well.
I feel like they're looking a little bit too much on Agni and Zhonghui, and yeah, it just has to be Ao Kuang. They have to deal with that. Speaking of Ao Kuang, will contest the red buff, able to get away from Optics, and Optics, a previously tanky Chalk, is getting carved through, but the rotation in from Sayo, the rotation in from Agni, Pakuza, able to get the execute. He's up in the air. He's out.
He is out indeed. But what can they get from the back of that crowd? Is there anything available for them right now? I mean, is it option for Fire
I think
Giant?
it's just a kill, but honestly, yeah, I mean, Got No Fans is just not experienced against this Ao Kuang. They don't know what to do and how to deal with the raw damage. 12, 4, and 6. He can kill anybody. He needs to be CC'd. He needs to be murdered. And it's basically up to Sayo to do that.
There's not. Yeah, I was gonna say there's not much CC on the side of Got No Fans is one of the issues. I mean, Chunk has that silence. Then you've got the Ragnarok from adapting.
Yeah.
But then Bacchus belly flop. That's it. That's what they've got.
Well, Earthshaker on the right-hand side with the Intoxicate. Emilito seems to be the target who's being faced down by Dark Dodo and not really at the itemization he needs to survive through that. Apollo in the air will come crashing down once again, not able to find Ram, who's up in the air. Agni dives forward. Meteor not available. Pakuza might be able to get the kill. Finds it with the Dragon Call pop. And now Sile in a horrible position, trying to return on her tower. Eliminated by Mox. Excuse me, adapting into a blind Shaban, but it's just not enough. And another good fight for Alt Under Control. I think they're going for the Fire Giant, and 23 minutes in with this composition, they could do it. They're going to start it up.
For sure, they could really do it and try and get the burst damage down as much as they can, keeping the pressure onto Got No Fans. Now, Got No Fans had this game under control.
Hold that thought as Optics caught out, buys some time. Rappers here as well. The XQ is available. Able to connect. Optics is dead. Here comes Fender. They have to find a win somewhere. Raffers absorbed a lot of damage. Adapting just can't really get in there. Able to brutalize pass, but blinking forward is Alquang. Finds the kill so fast. Goes to Dark Dodo. Fire Giant has been slowed down, but Got No Fans doesn't know how to team fight against this Alquang.
No, they don't. They don't have the peel from it. It seems they have to burst him down quick, but if they try and burst him down quick, they've got to deal with an Agony and a Zhonghui. And you can see they're really starting to come online as well right now in terms of their builds.
Raffer jumping in, finds the knockup. Can he get the Fire Giant? No, it's going to go to All Under Control. Very close. He just needed to press that hog button. You know, I don't think he would have got it, even if he did hog. His Intoxicate was down, but you got to try.
You always
Maybe he did hog. He just didn't get it. Either way, it was super close from Raffer. That's a heartbreak.
He did try really, really hard, and that doesn't manage to find it, unfortunately. So, still gonna have to deal with a Fire Giant up team now. All members have it on the side of All Under Control. They'll be buying items right about now, picking out what they're gonna take into the next engagement.
26 to 27, 2,000 gold and 2,000 experience. It's pretty much just the Fire Giant differentiating these teams, and the fact that Alt Under Control have been destroying in these team fights. Got No Fans not able to have a strong enough early game, it seems, and Emilito not coming online just yet. He needs to finish that Rage. Will not be able to do it just yet, so a few towers likely will go the way of Alt Under Control. Got No Fans needs to find the perfect team fight. They have to kill Alquang. And they can't 1v1 him.
No, that's the problem. They can't 1v1 him. They need Vulcan, they need Bacchus to just combo together. And even if they do that, Beads and an Illusion can get him out of that trouble.
They can indeed. Tier 2 tower seems to be the point where Got No Fans is looking to fend, but our efforts slowed down. He's going to have to use his belly flop to get under the tower, and that's going to be a 15-second one. Blink in, and it's a perfect Sylvanas ult. Alquang, where's he going? He's just positioning for now. Will find Sile. Combat Blink to keep him safe, and Earthshaker comes down. Vulcan is going to fall to Alquang. Dodo diving deep up in the air is Ram. He's looking for Agni. Can't quite get the kill. Tries to turn the damage somewhere else. The tower's not falling. Optics is recalling. Emilito needs to get this Agni, but it looks like he might not be able to. There it is. Finds the out of deck. Dodo as well. Out of position. Optics in the backside. Just repositioning. The tower does go down. It's a 1-for-1.
Optics tried to pick up Alquang, didn't manage to find him, just kept him out of the fight, but now he comes back in for this fight.
Yeah, he's coming in. Iraffer blink forward, finds the XQ out of tower. Just pick him up, snatch, grab, and dip out the Dragon King. Or is he going to go back in? Who knows? He's waiting. And he's going in. He's diving the fountain. He wants to dash. He's going to find him with the Wild Storm. Optics now in trouble. Will fall. Dragon Call is enough. It looks like All Under Control are going to take this. Not right now. But they're suddenly so far ahead.
They're in a really good position to try and take this one, but right now they need to back away as the respawns will come through. Raph is back online in 14 seconds, so roughly just backing away. Go Fury is available right now, Crest, so they could look to try and do that one.
They could look for it, and
or will they go for towers? That's the question.
Man, it could go either way. I think I'd go for the towers.
Up advantage.
But right now they're making both decisions, which is the worst of all options.
Well, Zhong
Vulcan
and Sylvanas, I'm not going to clear that very quickly.
Exactly.
At all. Well, on the backside of that, the Gold Fury will get cleared very, very quickly by an Apollo Alquang combo.
Yes, they will. And Sao back in. I mean, how does Got No Fans defend this? What do they do?
They have. I mean, we keep saying Ale Kwang because he's an issue, but the problem is if they all gamble everything on killing this Ale Kwang, who has the majority of the kills at 18 and 4. The other issue is there's a Zhong and an Agni, and still an Apollo sat in the back line to kill you all as well. And
yeah, I mean, he's just so slippery, right? And how many minutes in are we? Like, how far into this game are we right now?
About 27 minutes in, 27 minutes-ish roughly, and he's going pretty well for themselves. So it's looking pretty good for them going into the later stages of this game. I mean, we're going to be approaching 27 minutes 30 right about now. And with this, I think Got No Fans really need to defend the tier 2 towers and try and make a big play. Maybe they need to engage before we see our own control did, because they're the ones that engaged in that fight, and they're the ones that won it based off it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's all on this Fenrir. He doesn't have crit yet, but if Adapting is able to find a nice stun onto Ao Kwang, and Sayo can follow up off of it and get a kill, Got No Fans can win the team fight, but that's their chance.
That is their chance. But they have to get the beads off of Ale Kwang first before we can see Adapting go in and try and execute this Ale Kwang. Because if he goes in solo, he'll die to it. If he doesn't go in solo, then his team are committing to an engagement where they could get turned around by the Zhong and Agni combo. This is a 4 magical composition that you don't see that often, Cret, just because it's very dangerous to run 4 magical, because you build magical resistance and it's dealt with. But different story in this one.
Yeah, I mean, they just have so many different types of magical penetration with that Demonic Grip and Spirit of the Magic, both incredibly good items. I'd say the other problem is just tower killing, but Apollo is doing well enough in this game. Left-hand side, Vulcan being zoned out. Fire Giant started and reset. Got No Fans a little bit light on the warding. Apollo's split pushing, and that means Got No Fans have a timer. They actually Apollo's split pushing nothing. He's split pushing with fire creeps, which is not too beneficial.
But Emilito has recalled because of that to go and defend that lane from the push in from Apollo. It's buying them some time to just get themselves positioned to this Fire Giant, clear out these wards for the time being. So Apollo's now transitioned to mid lane though to deal with Sayo and try and put the pressure here, I guess.
Yeah, Sayo not quite finding that backfire. Needs to be careful here lest he get caught out getting a speed buff. Oh, Fire Giant's been started. How quick is it gonna die? That's the question. Raffer's here, he's ready.
Well, Rafa doesn't
Reset.
have a Medjai's available, and Sylvanas doesn't. You see they're trying to chase onto Rafa here at the moment. Don't think they're going to catch him now. That's the thing. Belly Flop's a very, very mobile skill to get himself out of trouble. And he's
well, the
attacked.
other thing is, Sylvanas is also just really good at securing the Fire Giant because of the nature of his ultimate. It's got that long CC immunity and then a huge knockup. If you do it at the right time, you won't get CC'd. They will, and that's kind of all you need to get the FG.
Well, they're hanging around Fire Giant again, waiting for the opportunity, and going to try and catch a pick is what they seem to be looking for. But the Medjai's was just blown on Sylvanas then, which they need to be careful of if they try and do it now, because Rafa has the opportunity to belly flop and contest.
All Under Control will let the pressure off and allow Left Phoenix from Got No Fans to come up, and I think that's just a little bit of competitive inexperience. They are a relatively new team. They don't really know what to do with their advantages at the same level they Got No Fans might, so letting a little bit of their pressure slip, and that's going to make this fight harder. They've still been winning fights, but it's all on Pakuza to play it perfectly, and he's been doing very well so far.
He has been doing very, very well in this game, and this is the credit to their whole team right now. They've been performing outstandingly. And Ale Kwang, one of those that we weren't sure about in competitive. I personally wasn't sure when we would see him, just because he's going to require a lot of team play to make him work and make him viable. But if you pick him into the right sort of game, in this one, there wasn't much CC to deal with, so it's the right sort of game for him. But here comes Rafa. Can he steal the fire if they go for it?
Fire Giant at about 50%, getting pretty low. Adapting in the area does not have the hand of God. Jumping in is Optic, getting low is Dark Dodo. It's just the Sylvanas on the Fire Giant. Ao Kwang coming in too. He's going to try and burn it down. All Under Control is able to get it, but Sayo finding Vulcan. Returning to base is Apollo. And Robin's dead. Pakuza, sole remaining member. He's going to die as well. And suddenly, it's a 4-for-0. And suddenly, it's a comeback.
Sayo made that with that ultimate coming out. His ultimate into the Fire Giant pit was huge. The Earthshaker did so much damage that he bursted 2 targets down within an inch of the life. One tried to run away, he took that one down as well. And the rest of the team just followed him.
Can they end?
Yes.
I think they can.
Yes, they can.
I mean,
it's going to be closer, but they can.
There's so much damage. There's 2 tanks. You get
Oh, they
Shock
can.
and Bacchus.
They can
You've
have
got
this.
Vulcan with his turret. You've got the damage from adapting an Emilito, which is very high. The Titan already at 70%. It will go down. They should probably not focus on Shaban and the Fountain.
Yeah.
But he will die before anyone respawns. There's too much front line. The Chaos Titan falls, and in one fight, that's all it took. Got No Fans will be able to take the last weekly of 2014. Beautiful play.
I wouldn't say beautiful play.
All right, in that last fight though.
In that
last
last
fight
fight?
though.
The
In
last
that
fight was
last fight
fantastic.
though. And it was a
In the last
beautiful
fight.
game. All under control, and Got No Fans killed it.
I'm excited to see both these teams next year. Like,
Yeah.
these are the teams coming up and coming for next year's tournaments, and when they do come through, they look fantastic. Like, right now, Alt Under Control do look like contenders, like real serious
Yeah.
contenders, and along the way, like, Got No Fans, we'll probably see them all around. Not a surprise. They may not think they've got fans, but I guarantee you they definitely do.
You know what? All under control reminds me of a young Aquila.
Well,
I feel like
Aquila's new as well. Yeah, I guess you could call him like a
right,
young
like
Aquila.
a beginning of Challengers Cup Aquila. That's sort of where they were. But I don't know. They're clean. They're good. They just need time. They need to grow, and it's all about positive direction, positive atmosphere. Atmosphere. Maybe a little bit of a support squad behind it, just to help things out. A coach,
I'd say
some
the biggest
analysis.
The biggest thing they could need to work on is probably their very late game.
And pulse.
Late game is such a difficult one to try and learn as a team because you don't often find yourself in that situation every game, and then when you do, it's very difficult to get it right. And if you get it wrong, you've got to have another game, and you've got to wait for that game to get late game again. So, but maybe like you said, analysis or coaches and something like that might help them out along the way. But they're looking fantastic right now from what we saw. But guys, that was our last weekly from EU point of view, and it was already yesterday, and that's all the weeklies done. However, up next will be the China rebroadcast of the games from China, brought to you on this channel once again, with 5 absolutely outstanding casters on the table for you to see. I hope you all enjoy yourselves.
Actually, you only see 3.
Okay.
And you'll hear 2, but there are 5 total.
There'll be 5 total. That's all you need to know, guys. But that'll be coming up next, the China games, in a few minutes' time, probably about 10 minutes' time from now. But from everyone here today, thank you to all the players for turning out, all the fans for tuning in, from myself, Kret, Emoji in production. Thanks for watching, and have a lovely weekend.